Yes, y'allin', ballin', and it don't stop. Look, I'm not gonna lie to y'all today. A lot of this video is just me fanboying. Some of this video is me testing out this new Neumann 104 that I just got. But mostly, it's an excuse to fanboy. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Hey now, I am Mariano La-di-da Mendez, and today I'm testing out this Neumann, but I'm also here to give flowers, give my props, pay my respects to one of the pioneers who shaped me, la-di-da. I want to take a minute to thank the man that made me want to be a DJ, made me want to be a producer. I am talking about none other than DJ DXJ, also known as Megatron, also known as Mega Zulu 2, and about a dozen other nicknames. But this right here, I found these at a sound warehouse in 1988. Real quick backstory. My pops had a turntable 8-track console that we had in the living room. So in my house, you can either buy 8-tracks or you can buy LPs. That's all we had. Nothing was really cool on 8-tracks back then, so I would just buy LPs. And I collected everything. I mean, I think we call it being an open format DJ today. I was already doing that in the 80s. I'm talking the Brothers Johnson, Parliament. I was also buying Huey Lewis in the News, Madonna, Boy George. I owned Prince Records, the Bangles, the Fat Boys, LL Cool J, Houdini, Surface. So I'm buying all of these records, 6, 7, 8 years old. My dad taking me to Sound Warehouse every Sunday. I'm able to buy one LP. Back then, an album was like $3.99. And I sincerely thought that I wanted to be like the Brothers Johnson. I wanted to play bass. I bought a record by the Lafayette Afro Rock Band. They had this sick saxophonist. And I swear to God, at like 9 years old, I was like, I'm going to learn how to play saxophone and I'm going to tour the world being a saxophonist. All of those dreams ended the day I found these two records. I understood what hip hop was. I wouldn't say I was a big hip hop fan. I was a fan of like funk and disco and boogie music. And if you listen to these two records, these had all of those elements plus something that was brand new in the 80s, which was the 808 drum machine. I had never heard bass like that before. And I was a fan of the Brothers Johnson. I was a fan of bass guitarists in general. And when that 808 hit, I didn't understand what it was. I didn't comprehend what I was listening to. It just sounded amazing. My dad's cheap little turntable 8-track console would just boom. Like it wasn't even built to boom. It wasn't built for the sub. It just sounded crazy to me. In 1988, I think I was 12 years old, and I thought, whatever this is, I have to do it. I have to know what this is. I didn't understand that this was just a production thing or a DJ thing or a beat making thing. I didn't understand any of it. I just knew that what was on these records to me was gold. Let me step back a little bit and explain to you who DXJ is. DJ DXJ was the guy behind some of the dopest, hardest hitting 808s to ever run through speakers. I'm talking about that raw, underground, electro bass sound that made cars shake, that made trunks rattle. This was before Magic Mike. This was before 2 Live Crew. DXJ was part of that first wave of Miami bass DJs that didn't care about radio play. It was all about the streets, the parks, the car shows, the speaker battles. And he didn't just DJ, he produced, he pressed records, he built this movement. DXJ was one of the first to really combine like electro-funk, hip-hop, a little bit of Latin rhythm, all into this smorgasbord of high energy, low end boom that inspired like the whole coast of Florida. I guess the coast of Florida is the Gulf Coast, or is it the Atlantic? I don't even know. I got to find a map. In my opinion, he was a beast on turntables also. heavy cuts, layered samples, that whole call and response routine style that they were doing back then. It wasn't polished, it wasn't pretty, it was bass in your chest, trunk rattling low end. This right here, it was amazing. The covers looked different than anything that was out there at the time. When I tell you I was buying Huey Lewis and the News and Parliament records, I was buying Steve Monite records, Prince, and all of a sudden, somebody hand drew a cover? Listen, at 11 years old, I'm into He-Man, I'm into Transformers. When you saw a cover like this, I just gravitated to it. I remember when I got into DJing at 13 or 14 years old, crate digging, looking for DXJ, realizing he had a lot of pseudonym names. This is pre-internet. It was hard to find everything that he was attached to. Even today on the internet, he keeps a low profile. I still find records under other pseudonyms that he used that I never even knew he was a part of. So yeah, this is just a big shout out to DJ DXJ and all the heads that came up during that Miami Bass Wars era. Without DJs like him, there would be no La-Di-Da. There would be no me. I'm telling you, I chased this sound for 2 or 3 years before I realized exactly what I needed to become a DJ. This is pre-internet, so 3 years was pretty quick. If you ever go down the rabbit hole of Miami bass, do yourself a favor and start with MCADE and DXJ. In my opinion, those two wrote the blueprint of what became Miami bass in the 90s. Classics. Absolute classics, in my opinion. Thanks for watching. You know what to do. You've been on YouTube before. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what's good. Thank you. Peace.